Hello, my name is Cory Paeper, also known as the Training Guru online. Today we're going to witness how to pump down a unit. As you can see, we're going to be working on a unit that's R410A. Okay? R410A, no longer notated by a pink sticker, so make sure you pay attention to what's on the sticker. First things first, safety. You want to make sure that no power is applied as you're hooking up your gauges, turning your valves, things like that. Okay, so as you can see in the background, there's no power applied. Our disconnect switch is actually sitting on top of the disconnect. Okay, step number 2, you want to make sure your gauges are hooked up. I've got my low side gauge on the low side of the suction line. I've got my high side gauge hooked up to the liquid line or the high side. Okay, as we're running, the first thing you want to remember, how does the process work? Compressors suck. They don't push. So remember that principle, and you'll always be able to remember that you close the high side valve first. Because from that point, the compressor is going to be sucking, and it'll suck all the refrigerant through the high side, all the way through the coil, back through the low side, store it in the compressor, and on the high side, inside of the system, on the other side of the compressor. Okay? At that point, then you'll shut off your valves. So, let's get started. First, let's apply that power because we're ready to go. Many people, quick note, will close this valve right from the start. I don't like to do that because it starts the system under a bind. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow the system to run normal, and I'm going to close the valve as it's running and monitor my gauges, and as it gets down close to 0, I'll pull the power. So let's get started. Power first. All right, now we have power. Next, what we're going to do is so now we have the service wrench in place. We're going to go ahead and turn on the thermostat and get this baby rocking. Looking at my hoses here, I can tell that the system is running. Okay, I've got a split in the hoses, or in the gauges, which is telling me that the low side is low and the high side is high, so it is running. There's no need to check the charge on this system to make sure it's charged properly. We're not concerned about that. In fact, we're just going to pump all the refrigerant back into here as it sits. So we'll go ahead and do that by closing off the high side valve first. As you can see, the high side is pumped down to near 0 already. The low side is coming down because all the refrigerant's going through the low side first. High side empties first, low side empties last. It's getting close. Once we get down to 0, we're going to go ahead and shut this unit off. And at that point, we're going to close off the suction gauge. That, my friends, is another finely pumped down unit and a short clip from Cory. Thanks.